Well, don't all go at once or anything. That wasn't fucking exciting.
We done finished exploring that house, and we all got everyone got spooked and ran away and left Hans to deal with everything.
And Hans got touched inappropriately by various things while we were killing demons with, a badass bugbear.
Gotta eat.
Badass bugbear.
Well, if he did rip a demon's arm off, and if only, in my mind, he picked the arm up and beat him to death with it instead of his.
It's true. Okay. So,
That map is like tiny on my screen.
which map? Oh, yeah, it's just the actual tile. It's not a...
Ah, okay.
That's what I used to drop maps onto the thing, so you can see stuff.
Oh, look, I can see now.
Okay, so, let me just gather my thoughts here for a second. I'm kind of out of it. I hurt my back today, so I'm like really fucking high on drugs at the moment. Right. Does anybody have any downtime activities that you've thought of in the interim time? Besides the stuff we did at the end of the last session, or is everybody good for today?
I got the divination spell I could try during the downtime.
Alright. And what do you wish to try and divine, son?
Maybe like more. What about the rituals that you gave me? Dominating the blade.
What about them?
If I could divine
What
anything
about them?
that. Like what the next step is in it to continue.
Alright, well, divination is a very particular spell.
Yep. I'm gonna be asking the Traveler, my changeling god.
Oof. Okay. Let's go and high and mighty there.
I did a little bit of research.
It's all good. Let me just quickly pull up my stats for this stuff. You can have a look. Right, so.
Or one of his servants.
Okay, so. As part of the divination spell, I'm assuming you're going to do this at home, not in the hearing of your comrades. You may ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity that'll occur within the next week. And in return, I can give you either a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen for you to interpret as an answer. What is your question?
What should my next step be in dominating the blade?
How would Changeling God answer like that?
I'm guessing in a similar vein to Zane.
You do receive an answer to your query. The answer is to seek the place of shadows.
Okay. Keep that in mind.
Well, hey, remember we've got to go hunt down a shadow demon.
Yeah, maybe he'll know something.
Just grab it.
Which may or may not be completely related or not. Who knows?
Who knows?
And since it's 6 days of downtime, can I wait a day and then ask another question?
Isn't it a scroll that you have?
It's a ritual that I put in my ritual book. From the scroll.
Look at you, Mr. Clever Boy. You can. I just want to make one note before you start spamming divination spells.
Just once a day.
If you keep bugging your god, he's probably going to get irate with you before long.
New god, who dis?
I understood. Wrong number.
Just saying. Alright, so, second day, you once more cast the divination ritual. Again, calling up, the very foundation of creation to answer your
Ring,
question.
ring,
Ring, ring, ring. What is your second?
Well, let me think for a second how to word it.
Patience is a virtue.
Where
all
should
good.
I look? Where should I look next for information about the drugs that plague the city that have been killed?
You receive a single cryptic answer. Beneath.
All right.
All right. So, anybody else have any downtime activities before we get well and truly into today?
No, I cleared my stuff up. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my clockwork mechanism.
Get
It's all
a
good.
bow and arrow from the skeletons.
Other than that,
I'm assuming that Luskan, being a port town, major trade route, buying a couple of bows and arrows is really nothing to worry about. In total, you spend about 30 gold pieces to buy yourself some bows and arrows. Let's say 20 arrows per skeleton. All right. Anything else? Skelly's armed, God's questioned. Anything from Bugbear Man?
No.
You're just hitting up various restaurants. You're basically like a foodie,
Yes.
leaving reviews on the local bounty board about the various places and where people should go and eat.
you know,
Yep.
Yelp, but
Nobody-
for all
Nobody
people.
knows who this mysterious coleslaw character is, but, those few who have tried your suggestions found them to be both extremely on the nose as far as the characteristics of the various restaurants are concerned, as well as incredibly tasty. And people will start looking out for, these recommendations posted on the board, like, my god, this coleslaw, he must be a elf of fine stature and fine dining that just absolutely magnifique when it comes to this kind of stuff. Little knowing that, it's just
It's just me.
it's
just
just
cold.
cold. All right. So getting into
He
today,
is the masked critique.
a week has passed since your battle in Frozen Manor. Today, once more, as you approach noon, you approach the Ming for your appointment with Cujo. As you enter the Ming, it looks much like before. Patrons scattered about, drinks and drug balls at the low tables. At the rear of the room, seated at the same table as before, you see the hulking form, Cujo, clasped in his enormous paws, daintily, a porcelain teacup from which steam rises and swirls around his blocky face as he delicately sips from it. However, this time, seated next to him, you see a handsome woman with bright red hair that tumbles in curls down to her shoulders. She's wearing a coffee-colored dress inlaid with gold wire. He gestures for you to sit. You see the lady start pouring tea for the four of you, with carefully measured movements, her hands steady.
I quickly look around and see if I can spy a tall, lanky fellow wearing a.
What?
Don't worry. Is his crossbow that magnificent, beautiful crossbow of his? Is it anywhere there within sight?
It is leaning against his chair, looking a little bit more battered than the previous time you spotted it.
Well, I just I'm gonna ask him about it later. But for now, I just want to sort of like casually just try and take in a little bit more of its detail.
Sure. Tell you what, make a tinkering check while you guys approach.
What check?
A tinkering check. As you approach the table, the lady is busy pouring you guys tea yet. She smiles at you. Take your seats. And you see her teeth are white, delicate, and extremely pointy.
Oh, my tinkering check is 24, by the way.
Mein Gott. Right.
I know.
What would you like to divine from
Everything.
anything in particular that you're trying to ascertain?
Trigger and firing mechanism.
The firing
assuming,
mechanism?
based on the description you gave me last time, that this is some kind of multi-shot weapon, or
It is
it's
indeed.
capable of firing. Yes, that's what I'm curious about. Trigger firing mechanism.
The first thing you notice about it that is a little bit unusual is it appears to have what appears to be 6-1 clasped in grooves below it. In the slot at the top is a crossbow bolt, but there is no wire set taut behind the bolt to fling it from the device itself. And the trigger appears to be set in almost like a pair of knuckle dusters, where the trigger is just like the lowest circle, and there are 4 more circular metal bands above it. It's definitely magical in some fashion.
Thank you. So back to the pointy head, pointy tooth.
Pointy hair,
Gentlemen.
curly teeth.
Yeah,
Gentlemen, Cujo rumbles.
Cujo.
Have a seat. There are matters to discuss. But first, introductions are in order. This is Miss Fellinor, colleague of mine. And as he says that, her smile widens fractionally as she inclines her head to you. The motion making some interesting thing happen to the chest area of her dress. She smiles at you and says, I'm a bit of a consultant in certain matters. You see Cujo pick up his cup, take another sip. The boss thanks you for your assistance. Your money's being held at the changing house in town. And you see him reach into his pocket, take out 3 large golden coins embossed with a symbol of a wreath. The coins themselves glitter with a slight reddish cast. Puts them down on the table, and with deliberate slowness pushes one across to Liloran, Hans, and Cole. He turns to you, Docs. Show these to the counters at the money changers. They'll release your funds to you. Boss says there's someone being summoned to look at your problem, Docs. But there'll be a month or 2. He asks you to be patient. You have his word.
That's mighty nice to hear, Cujo. Thank you.
Nods at you. Right. So let's hear this report of yours.
Is he still talking to Knox, or does it matter?
In general, to all of you.
Well, we still have not found out who's making the drugs.
But you burned down his house.
Well, we burned down our house,
Fair is fair.
and we have discovered some things about the drug. It's possibly, a little bit demonic. And we did burn down a house where a demon had been summoned.
As you say demonic, the lady next to you glances over at you. What makes you say that?
About the summoning circles and my expert colleague's knowledge of demons.
You see her kind of frown for a moment and stroke her chin. thought.
We also did speak to several alchemists in town, and we did confirm that this potion itself is highly magical in nature.
Alright.
Definitely not an alchemical potion. And from what we were given to understand, the kind of magic and the amount of power that's needed to pull this off indicates a spellcaster of some substantial.
Right. Boss wants you to let you know. We hit a couple of places. Now, find anything strange in this place.
But did we find anything strange?
Sorry?
Apart from the demons?
Sorry if I'm slurring.
No, you cut off a
All
bit.
good.
Was that a
No, you just cut off a bit for me at the end.
Yeah, you weren't slurring, you were just like cutting off at certain
Yeah,
time.
cut off.
Eat that microphone.
Good.
What else did we find? Oh, yes, the house with the exploded wall. Looked to be some kind of drug den type place. Someone big was summoned in
What?
there and busted its way out. We think it maybe is the demon we defeated in the manor house. And there was a
Lady looks at you.
mage who's dead.
Interrupts. Describe the demon, if you please.
Nox, as the demon expert.
It was a lizard-like demon, very big, monstrous size. I believe it is a Hezro that I have come to know.
You see one of her eyebrows delicately lift a little bit. Your statement. And you say you defeated the creature?
Well, sent it back to whatever plane it came from, more than likely.
I do believe that you might have earned yourself quite a powerful enemy doing so, young man.
There was also a some other demon, but I didn't get to see it. My friend Hans over here was the only one who actually laid eyes on the demon.
This was
He has intimate knowledge of it.
yes, it was very shadowy. Had pointy teeth, but mostly just made of shadow, and it went through walls.
Shadow Demon. Did you destroy this creature as
No,
well?
it ran away. But we think we know where it is.
It's your turn to Kuja. This might be a small inconvenience to our mutual employer. He's being sent to not leave any physical wounds, but they have a tendency to prey on mortals' fears. You say you have some idea of where the creature is?
Yes, I would. And if I could see the map of the town, I would point to it.
So, I take it you reach into your pack and pull out the town map.
Yes, and I point at
Yeah,
the
that is of course a thing that
and
you
I
have.
point down at the
Good luck.
Illusk ruins. It's possibly in this area, around here, around the carnival.
Kuja smiles a bit when he hears that. Well. That's now that's a thing. You see, the boss has got another job for you, but he wanted me to show you something first.
Would it mean we venture down into the ruins?
Maybe. You see him reach into his pocket and take out something that's intimately familiar to you, Dylan. A
Mhm,
flap of skin that's been cut from the back of somebody's hand. Simply stenciled with a tattoo that says 013.
I'm gonna take out my skin flap and show it to you.
So
Snap!
I take it you met some fellows then.
It was the owner of
Just
that
the one.
house.
Well, maybe not
The
the
one
owner, but certainly
had
somebody
residence, I
sent to
think.
guard it.
Bald, tattoos on the head, lines on the skin, robes, fond of necromancy.
cries like a little girl when the bugbear touches them in their happy place.
I don't know about that one. What does this fella look like?
He was human, white skin, had tattoos all over his body, but this one in particular stood out, and he was bald, could cast magics, and particularly necromancy, it seemed.
I don't suppose you got a picture of this one. Maybe brought his head.
Can I attempt to minor illusion what he looked like?
How fine is the detail you can make with minor
I
illusion?
don't know.
Let's have a look.
Let me
shall
look
we?
at my spells.
That
Wait a
would be
second,
good
because I
idea.
don't have minor illusion.
I'll cast minor illusion in order.
Well, let's just have a look quickly. You can create a sound or an image of an object within range. It's lost information, blah, blah. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any limitation on how good the illusion is. So yes, you could in fact create a.
Oh,
image
thanks for
of-
reminding me, Hans.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
let's go.
Let my friend cast it.
All right.
No, I refer to
You
us,
whip up
the group,
a-
as an I. We're a singular unit.
Actually, tell you what. Make a intelligence check, Dylan, just to see how well you actually remember the features. Just straight up.
Natural one.
Oh god, can I help?
But I bardically inspire him.
Sure, why not? What do you say to inspire him? And while you're doing that, okay, Hans, you're like, no, not like that.
His
Not
nose is
longer."
pointier and his hair. You've given him a beard. He was bald. He was clean shaven.
Okay,
Oh, yes,
do your
yeah.
I'm not
advantage,
rolling, I'm not
and then
His skin was not green.
He
and
was
then,
a human.
you get a D.
Oh,
What do you say, the Mac to apply for Bardic to this man?
Think hard. Think back to. Remember that demon almost took your face off while you were staring him in the face. You can.
Okay, so that's a D8 for inspiration, eh? Add
Yes.
that on.
20.
Oh my god. Okay, 20. That's pretty good.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Oh,
you managed to whip up a true to life rendition of the gentleman. Kuja stares at it for a moment and looks at you. He's like, "You sure that's what you look like?"
With the collective knowledge of my companions and I, yes.
Yes, this was him.
Well, that's just strange. That's exactly what the fella looked like at the other. Think they
Maybe.
might be related, twins or something?
Given the numbers on their hands, maybe some kind of magically created clones of some.
As you say that, he glances at the woman. You see her make a small nod as if, yeah, that may be a thing that could be possible. Oh shit. Boss ain't gonna like that.
Oh, if this one's number 7 and you killed number 1, that means there might be 5 more out.
No, he looks at the tattoo on the skin. It's 013.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
It could always be a delightful ruse. There could be none of them in between, and they just gave them these tattoos to fool us.
Oh, I just hope so. I nearly didn't get out of the tussle with that one. Do you think this is some kind of doppelganger or magical family of some kind?
I don't know. When we fought him, we bring him down. He'd disappear for a second and come back again. Almost
Yeah,
like
this one did
shards
too.
of glass.
Ah,
I put like 5 shots into this one and he straight disappeared for a few.
our one definitely seemed to be preoccupied with doing something. Maybe these are just simple peons given tasks and sent about their duties.
Like they.
Could be he's controlling them somehow. Maybe these are just host bodies that he can take over, and once they're used up, he just goes back. There's some kind of astral projection or something, maybe.
That's worrying. Well,
Yeah,
the boss is gonna look into this some more before he gives you a next job to do with them.
All right.
Give me a lot to think about. Boss has got another job for you if you're interested.
Of course!
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
always. What does he
Someone's
want?
been killing the boss's rats. He wants you to go have a chat with him.
Do you know who was killing them?
We don't know.
Oh, you want us to talk to the rats? Okay.
We want you to talk to the rats.
And they live in the ruins, I imagine.
They live in the sewers and the ruins. Actually, what do you guys know about this? Given you've been in the city for some time.
Well, I've got
Tell
a
you
criminal
what,
contact.
all of you make
Uh,
a history roll.
I have a criminal contact feature. Aha.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
History!
18.
23!
Got hard. What about you, Coleslaw?
It's what is it? No, it's
7.
10.
Okay. So, the rats, as they're colloquially called by many of the criminal underground, are in fact a group of were-rats that live beneath the city, that had formed clans, warrens, and territories, and for many decades of Luskan's existence would foray up into the city itself to kidnap people, steal, and generally make a fucking nuisance of themselves. And then the local guard would every so often sweep through the surface ruins of Ilusk, the ones closest to the entrance of the city itself, kill some of them, bring the carcasses back up, behead them, put them on poles, and generally act like law enforcers tend to do. Monsters are involved.
The usual.
The usual. However, about 10 years ago, a little bit less than 10 years ago, your current boss and employer decided a different track. Instead of killing the rats, he employed them. In return for shipments of food and goods to maintain the society that they have built themselves beneath the city, they patrol the ruins of Ilusk and keep smugglers out of the passageways beneath Luskan, less they have paid dues boss.
Now, when you say were-rats, are these people that turn into rats, or rats that turn into giant rat monsters?
Either?
Do they speak of the common?
Yes, they're intelligent. Were-rats, as you guys, with those of you got high rolls know, they're intelligent creatures. Many of them were people that either, for a time, fought against the curse that they were afflicted with, took steps to barricade themselves or hem themselves in on full moons so as not to hurt their fellow man, where others embraced the curse and learned to voluntarily take the forms of hybrids or of were-rats and fully enjoy the benefits thereof. The boss pays them, ships them goods, looks after them, makes sure nobody messes with them, and in return they police the tunnels where their keen sense of smell and excellent eyesight is worth its weight in gold to make sure that filthy smugglers don't get into the city without, paying their taxes, so to speak. Kuja looks at you. Long story short, no one smuggles goods in or out of Luskan without the boss getting his cut. The rats have been loyal to the boss, and the boss always repays loyalty in turn. Uses to find out who's killing the rats, and you send them a message. Tells them if they want to do business, they come to the boss. They leave his people alone. Once you know who's killing the rats, you make him regret killing the boss's people. But you leave one alive. Send message back. Fish?
Fair enough. Do we have a contact?
There's a rat down there. His name is Chur. He's gonna explain to you what's been happening to his people.
Very good.
And where would
You
be
made-
the best place to enter to find Chur?
Oh no, don't you worry. You go down into Luskan, Chur will find you. These people watch all the entrances. You tell him the boss sent you.
Well, this all sounds very good. I guess we should make a move.
Mention something about some shadow demon that you're gonna find.
Oh yes, we think it may be in the ruins.
The same ruins?
The only ruins I see on the map.
That's a little bit worrying.
Question: how have the rats been being killed?
Found some of them with slit throats.
Okay,
The rest of them been killed with arrows.
okay, that may not be the demon then. Interesting.
Maybe the demon inside some kind of fear, though, that caused the killing of the rats.
So, anything else for gentlemen? If there's nothing else with you lot then, I best be off. You guys see him get up, and with a very slight limp, starts leaving the store. He stops, and offers his arm to the lady, who also gets up, and the two of them make their way outside. Leaving you to plan.
Okay, so we should go and get paid.
Yep, and then try and figure out the best way to contact this.
If they're not sure of the entrance, it's all we need to go there. It's go in and wait a while, and he'll find us. I would rather walk the ruins and the sewers with a guide. I'd rather not venture in and get lost.
Get murdered?
My point exactly.
Okay, so to the counting house for the money.
Alright, so I take it a lot of you head down to the city.
Yes.
Doesn't take long for you guys to make your way to the central part of the market district. It's a busy day, lots of people about. And yeah, you make your way to the counting house without much difference. Alright. Upon arrival, you step inside, and it's a pretty straightforward money exchanger. Come in, they drop coins of various denominations. Extremely burly guards keep an eye on the proceeding. Dwarves or gnomes go in to receive their goods, and then bring them back out again. Doesn't take you long. Step in, hand in the coins, and with a little bit of a bustle, the coins are taken, and in turn, you are brought bags wherein you have 10,000 gold pieces stacked neatly.
Nice.
Delicious. I notice Nox, you're not getting paid in a monetary way.
No, the boss is doing me a favor instead. A solid.
Okay, well, do you have enough money for equipment and stuff?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Thank you, honey.
Okay, just ask if you need anything. I appear to be, my pockets are overflowing, if you will.
Yes, it was quite a payday, it seems.
10,000 gold.
Very
That's a lot of money. I'm gonna go put that in the safety of my home, in a big locked chest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The
So,
counting house essentially functions as a bank for the city, does it not?
money changer slash bank. They're not supposed to be a bank, but they got leaked.
Oh no, I was
Just
meant
for future
I was meant
reference.
to tell Kuja about that alchemist.
Poor Maria is just like, wow, I'm so glad I met those guys who are totally going to help me be not fucked.
So I thought I'll find someone. I'll pass the message on.
I'll pass a message on. I'll use my criminal contact to send a message to Cujo to let him know about the alchemist.
You
Okay.
just tell him that he is in need of protection,
Okay.
and I'm sure he'll know what we mean.
I sit with Hans and we scribe out a short missive describing what's his face's actions and protection that might be required. And
Traits:
Maria-
gullible, manipulatable.
What's that called?
Patsy.
What about the mage man? That's just the alchemist.
The mage man?
True, him too.
Yeah, the guy who made the map.
Oh, the cartographer.
Oh yeah. But was he going to be in on the racket? I can't remember.
Oh no, we were something like maybe we promised that maybe less intimidation or something like this.
Oh, okay, yeah, just
We told him that we'd pass his work. We'd pass any work we'd recommend him for any work that the boss did. I put that in the missive too.
All right. Couple of copper pieces. You guys find a homeless child. Carry your messages for you. Ain't no problem. So, leaving you free with a few courses of action currently open to you. There are the Rash of Suicides, the Shadow Demon, the Rats, and let me double check that I actually mentioned this last time. Or did I mention this last time? Yes, leaving those three options open at the moment. What would you gentlemen like to do first?
Okay, well, I think we can kill two birds with one stone if we go and visit Stones at the guardhouse. We can find out try and get a little bit more information about the suicides and see what he knows about these rat murders. City Guard would know about it even if they don't pay any attention to it.
would they though?
Probably not.
Did they go down in the sewers now?
No, not necessarily, but but they would have heard something. And we have nothing to go on, and they might have heard something we don't know.
Can I turn to Gregory Skellington? Gregory, what do you know of these shadow demons?
Well, hello, boss.
Hello.
Shadow demons, they don't like bright light.
Good.
Demons, so can be trapped in circles. Circles can come out. Demons like murder, fire, destructive. Really big on the whole subtlety thing.
I don't appear to know very much about the shadow demon.
Not gonna lie, not really my line of inquiry.
No.
More dead people.
Okay, well, thank you for your help.
Yep, no problem. And you just see, like, one of the passerbys is just glancing at the robe, just, like, happily clacking its jaws, talking to you.
I suspect that they may think Gregory is not quite what he...
Well, people can think what they want.
True. Okay, I want to go and pack my gold somewhere safe. Just get it
So-
off, get it off of me before we go anywhere, and then I reckon we head to the guardhouse.
Oh yeah, not carrying lots of gold sounds like a good idea.
Nah,
Let's assume, for the sake of brevity, that you all deposit your gold at your preferred places of storage.
awesome.
Just for the sake of brevity.
Whilst Lauren is sweet talking the guard, and maybe me and Nox just do a quick surface sweep of the ruins for any magical activity.
Okay, so you guys are going to split up to cover some ground before you start in earnest.
Yeah.
Yeah, where will we
Sounds
meet?
good to me.
Well, we will be at the ruins. Just come and get us. We're
What
just
will Cole
outside.
be doing?
I reckon we meet up at one of those eateries Cole's recommended. We can at least get a good meal then. Preferably somewhere where Gregory will be welcomed.
What will Cole be doing? Don't really have any plans, so I'm just gonna just hang around with somebody else.
Okay, so you guys pair off. Nox and Hans running a magical sweep of the ruins. And Cole and Lauren, you guys heading up to go speak to Desk Sergeant at the guards.
Stone.
As you enter the guard station, or guard house, waiting facility, whatever you want to call it, Stones looks at you and he's just like, ugh. What do you want?
And good afternoon to you too, Stone.
You know you should really stop coming around you all the damn time.
Relax, we're not here to cause any trouble.
You always say that.
Have I caused any trouble recently that you can prove?
Might not be able to prove it, but I got some witnesses stating that a very unlikely group of fellows were seen moving rapidly away from a burning building, and that there were some strange corpses in there.
It's a big city, many strange things happen. I quietly slip him a couple of gold pieces.
He looks down at it and he looks at them. And how many of them strange people got them long arms like your mate there? And he points at Cole.
Oh, this is such a cosmopolitan city. So many different cultures and people. Slip him.
Look, so all I'm saying is, don't be too obvious.
That's what I keep telling them. No, down to business. Two things. Just get your take on it. What do you know about the suicides that seem to have run through the city in the last short while? And what can you tell us about the rats that are being killed in the city? Well, under the city. If anything.
Well, can't tell you much about the suicides. Them being suicides.
Yeah.
Somebody goes
but
home,
anything-
decides to just end it. Couple of quick slits to the rest. Job's done.
Anything particular about where the bodies were found? Any commonalities between them? Anything like?
Mate, this is Luskan. Do you have any idea how many corpses go through your day? So always people coming in, always people going out, many of them face first.
Oh, fair point. I suppose it was a bit of a long shot. And the rat killings?
I'll be
If
honest with
anything.
you. Don't really know much about him. My old boss is the one who used to deal with him. He's retired long time. But he used to say they used to come up from the city below, take people from their beds, steal children, eat them, raid the warehouses, that kind of thing. But we haven't had much of a problem with him in a decade. Can't really tell you.
All right. Well, thanks for the time and the tip anyway.
Sure, keep a low profile. Don't want to have to arrest you.
I'll do our best.
Nods to you.
And off we go. And I sort of look at Cole and I'm like, is there any way you can make your arms look a little bit shorter?
Not really.
Oh, we're gonna have to cover your lanky ass. Otherwise, the guards are gonna think you're a. But at least now we know, so we can avoid.
So, moving to our other two compatriots. How are you two gents going about looking for clues?
Seeing as I don't know the signs of demons, I'm just gonna do a nice old detect magic ritual and just start wandering.
And I'll look
Right.
for anything demony.
Demon. Both of you make investigation checks for me. Actually, make a perception. See if you notice it.
16.
What about you?
17.
17. Nothing magical as far as you can tell. There's a bit of background magic emanating from virtually all the stone in the area. Almost like radiation.
I'm just getting static over here!
But other than that, nothing much. The ruins themselves have been worn down to the foundation stones, and not even leaving no walls in most places. And the area itself is crisscrossed and dotted with entranceways, either the remains of cellars, stairways, or in one particular case, a passageway as large as a carriageway. So large enough for two carriages to go side by side down into the darkness below. But no sign of demons or any other magical traces.
I don't see any signs of any demons around here.
Maybe it is gone deeper.
Perhaps. It was a shadow demon, so any trace might have just burned up in the sun.
Yeah, very true. It would make more sense for it to go down into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Then we should wait here for the other two before beginning our descent.
While we're waiting for them, can we listen for maybe any screams to see if like a suicide happened nearby? Because you said there was like 15 a day.
You know, anybody like walking around with like a bloody knife or anything like that?
Yeah, we're looking for murderers.
Nothing, unfortunately.
Does anyone walk past that look just extra depressed?
It's Luskan.
Extra depressed.
You just described like 70% of the population. No more so than usual. An hour or so passes, and you see your two compatriots, Cole and Lauren. Right.
Well, we've got nothing here.
Yep, couldn't
But-
glean any information.
Bust on our side as well. No surprise.
Very well. Well, are we going down?
Yeah, it sure will find us, who just said.
Yep.
All right. So, with nary more explanation, exploration to be done, and no more preparation to be done, our intrepid group of explorers dip down into the Undercity. For the first few hundred meters, the construction is still very much Luskan. Combination of wooden buildings rotted down to their foundation timbers, gravel streets, dusty, winding. And as you step deeper into the under city itself, further away from the light of the sun, gradually glows darker. But soon, The pitch darkness itself is replaced by a very faint cerulean light, emanating from the very stones around you. The construction changes. No longer wood, and also not curved, like the elven construction you've seen in travels, but becoming angular, hard, as if the city was carved with flint and stone from the very bedrock of the earth beneath. You still see buildings faintly in the shadows away from your path. Some of them still roofed over, in almost perfect condition, as if they're just waiting for their owners to return at the moment. Others with their walls caved in, smashed as if by an enormous beast. In places, you see huge boulders of some kind of dark, pitted black iron. Most of them remains of holes, walls, what may have been fortresses at some time in the distant past. After about 45 minutes traveling into the lower city, you hear a scurrying sound approach you from darkness. And you hear pittering sounds, footsteps move all about you, surrounding all sides. We'll go there.
Greetings, Vatmen!
Hear somebody go, they know who we are, boss.
We are here from our mutual friend and employer, Mr. Dionistro.
Who?
The boss, if you will.
You see a torch get lit,
I think it's going well.
and from within the darkness steps a extremely heavily muscled, squat form. About as tall as a dwarf, but as broad as a giant, with the extremely distinctive, pinched features of a rat. Beady eyes squinting at you. His torso naked, and a sword grasped in his right hand. You come from boss? Yes?
Yes!
You come help with problem thing fix, yes?
That would be it, yes?
Yep.
I think this might be Chair.
I think it might be, Chair.
This one is
Probably
Char.
is Char.
Slaps his chest. Who are you? Come, Elfing.
Okay.
What is your name?
Lauren.
Not you. You're not Elfing.
I think it means me.
Yes, I think he means you.
I'm making friends.
Yes, you
My
are.
name is Hans. Hello.
You smell funny.
Thank you. I try my best.
Come. And douses the torch, leaving you in mostly darkness, except for the bluish light from some of the.
Thank fuck for dark vision.
Takes you deeper into the darkness, surrounded on all sides by the vaguely visible shapes, ratmen scurrying about you. You try and glance about you to see how many there are, and at first you think 6, 10, maybe a dozen. But with them slipping in and out of sight and reappearing, it's hard to tell.
I wave at them as I go.
I'm gonna changeling into a were-rat.
Unfortunately not.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No, has to be a normal race.
No, I thought I could get like their physical appearance, but not any ability.
Eat one.
Not quite. Well, get bit by one maybe. After about 20 minutes of travel in the darkness, you step into what may have once have been a noble's mansion. The area now littered with the remains of small bones. You see some children playing in the street, some women watching them, not in the rat form. They seem to be a mixture of halflings, humans, even the occasional gnome, all watching you with suspicious glances. In places, you see pallets that have been stacked haphazardly with various supplies, some of them with bundles of firewood, some food, clothing, and the like. There seems to be a temporary encampment that the were-rats have created for themselves. Come, man things! Yes! Leads you into a house. And the interior has been redecorated, shall we say. Making it surprisingly homely. Scattered about, you see rugs of muted shades, hard to tell in the darkness of exactly what colors, have been scattered about. A few cushions. And in the middle is a hearth, currently with some coals glowing dully in it. You see Chur step up to it, poke it with a stick a few times, throw on a few more pieces of firewood, and in moments, there's a fairly decent fire going. You see him step forward and put a kettle down on it, flopping down on cushions. Come, sit, yes, man things!
I sit down.
Have a nice seat.
Yep, grab a seat.
So, you help?
This would be why we are here, yes?
Good. How you help?
Well, we will do some looking, some searching around, some asking of questions, and then we will track down the people responsible for these deaths.
Question, ask, yes.
Yes, we will ask questions.
You see him glance over your shoulder, and the woman brings a tray, very small glasses. Picks up the kettle from the fire and pours a measure of liquid in each glass before coming around to each of you and offering you the tray.
I don't want to be rude, I take one.
Steps away from you, steps to Cole.
Like, take one, not to be rude.
Makes her way around to Nox,
Thanks.
and then finally to Lolora.
Well, it'd be awfully rude not to, so I take one.
Steps lastly to him. And you see him take a long whiff from it, his whiskers twitching. Yes! Business! He holds the glass out to you. Like a toast.
I toast with the hairy man.
Cheers, honey.
Business! And he tosses it back with a single mouthful of the drink.
I hesitantly do the same.
Yep. Sit back.
Chugging
I
it.
do it non-hesitantly.
First thing that hits you is, holy shit, that stuff just came off the fire. It's hot. It scalded you a little bit going down. Second thing is, actually not as bad as you expected. It's as if somebody has basically poured a bunch of brandy into a kettle, spiced it, boiled it for a couple of days, adding more brandy and spices while keeping it at a very slow heat until you have an almost toffee-ish texture to it. All in all, spicy as balls, makes you cough a little bit, but not what you were expecting exactly from a bunch of sewer dwellers.
We're at Moonshine. I can see a market.
So, yes, questions.
Do you perhaps have a corpse that has died no more recently than 24 hours ago that we could examine? Of one of
Yes.
your fellow ratmen?
Yes, mini corpse.
When did the rat start dying the first? When did your kin start dying?
But he like thinks for a while. 6 turnings of your moon. Yes.
All right.
Do you have any enemies? Apart from everyone, yeah?
He laughs some more, like nastily at that. No, work for boss. No raid. No enemies.
Are there some not so intelligent creatures, such as you as I, down in this sewer that we should be aware of? That may
Many.
Could you tell us about them?
There is hollow men. There is
And
dead ones.
what to look out for with these creatures?
Stay away. There's hollow men, dead ones. Like sitting there thinking to himself. Oh, scaly ones. Yes. Stay away from scaly ones.
How big are these scaly ones?
Um.
Hold your arms
Six,
out.
7 of you.
That's very big, scaly one.
Yes, avoid it. Stinky too.
Many scaly ones, or just like one or two?
One I know of.
Yeah, all
Yes.
Do you know what color his scales may be?
Like that one skin. You pointed you bunch of pale fucks.
So white or silver.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Can you tell us where the bodies of your kin were first found?
Can show you.
Good.
Many places.
Or the first ones in particular, and we can try and trace from there. If you can show us from, if you can take us to these places from the ones who were killed first to the most recent ones.
Yes, we can
I
do
look at
this.
the others and say maybe we can try and find some kind of path. We can see where maybe they're going in a specific direction. Maybe they're looking for something specific. Maybe try and find some kind of pattern.
Have your kin been killed in a pattern? Like, have they been killed at a certain rate, like once every day, or has
No.
it just? Is it random? Just sometimes.
No. Some kill on guard. Some kill in house. Some kill on patrol. Sometimes one. Sometimes many.
I noticed that there are also non-rat people down here. Have any of them been killed?
No, those are rat people.
Oh right, okay, because you... Oh yes.
Did you say that he like shifts and becomes more humanoid? Like a horrible mixture of gnome and rat?
Neat.
Yeah. Shifts back into his full rat form.
You look quite lovely in that form. Roll for deception.
Sure, go for it.
10.
Let's what do we rats have as their oof. It's pretty good yeah, he like looks at you. Funny man. Lucky boss, now let me eat you. Bet you taste fun.
Okay, so first things first, we should investigate the murder scenes.
You want rat?
Yep.
A guide would be helpful.
You want dead rat?
Well, a living rat possibly would help to take us there. Dead.
No,
Uh,
he said. He pointed down at Dylan. That one said dead rat.
Oh yes, he
I'll
likes
take
the
a dead
rats.
rat.
Yeah, he
As long as
did.
it's been dead within 24 hours. That makes it easier to examine, you see.
Like shrugs. Come. Yes.
Yeah.
Takes you. Gets up. Looks back at you and gestures for you to follow him.
Following.
Takes you outside to one of the homes you have to set aside for preserving, but for keeping bodies. And shows you there's a number of rats that appears to have been taken in there. Most of them laid out in a line. No real particular care taken for burial rites as such. It's kind of neatly laid out in a row.
Roughly how many of them are there?
7 inside the house. There. Many dead rats. Look, see.
I'd like to collect a vial of blood from the freshest looking one.
All right.
Are there any with arrows in?
Fuck it, let me roll the dice and see if any of them will have arrows. You never know when it comes to rats whether or not they'll actually steal everything that's not nailed down. A couple of them, yeah, about 2 of them have arrows sticking out of them at the
I would
moment.
like to retrieve an arrow to examine its construction.
Sure. You yank out an arrow. How do you wish to use to observe arrow?
I want to see if it's kind of like an elfy arrow, dwarfy arrow, a horribly ragged shitman arrow. You know,
What would that be?
A tinkering check, maybe?
investigation, history,
Perception.
history of arrows.
Religion.
Let's say that would be... What would weapon crafting, blacksmithing, and that kind of thing fall under, you guys?
The closest.
Actually...
Can it also be a history check just because it's like trying to figure out the construction of it, so to speak, like where it's made from, or
Like a cultural...
Yeah, I
it's more
don't
like a
want to
cultural
see
check.
how it was made, more if there are any distinguishing features. Like, is it like a human-looking, boring one? Is it a fancy, sleek-lined elvy one? Is it a blocky dwarf one?
I'd say everybody that's not Lauren or Hans can make a regular roll. You 2 can make with advantage.
Do we add
goody.
anything to it?
Just your history check.
19. Oh no, 21.
Yeah, it's elf. Elf
Are
made.
they all the arrows I can find elf made?
Very,
Okay,
like, ultra elfy.
interesting. So these are arrows of our people.
Certainly does look like they are. Are there any bodies there? The chair mentioned that some of the bodies were killed by arrows, some were slashed or cut.
Yes.
Which are the... Okay, I want to have a look at one of those bodies. I want to sort of see if I can sort of have a look at what kind of weapon would have made those cuts. Dagger, sword, axe, so on.
Make a survival check,
Can
please.
I help?
can I make a check at looking at the body, their states, and
19.
the arrows to see if the arrows or whatever, like if they were at all poisoned?
What would that be? Medical check or survival check?
I was thinking of using survival for this if I could.
Survival sounds fair. Alright, what did you roll? Sorry, other person?
19. 19 on
19.
that survival check.
Was made by straight edge weapon, extremely sharp. Probably a scimitar or another kind of curved blade. Cole, what did you roll?
I rolled a 13.
Not poisoned.
And while they're doing that, I'll cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
Um,
Nothing magical.
looking at where these poor ratmen have been shot, does it appear they have been shot with a very high degree of accuracy?
Medical check. Medicine check.
I will help my elfie brethren.
Right.
Oof, I say. That's 12.
As far as you can tell, every shot was pretty much heart, head, lungs, throat. All lethal.
Okay, definitely getting the idea that an elf did this.
That would take a fair amount of skill for every shot to be a kill.
Yes, you know, elfin skill.
Hmm.
Can I use my comprehensive cooking knowledge to see if
They're
to see
edible?
if the meat was tainted by fear before death?
So you're just gonna like cut a piece off and like taste it to see what it tastes like.
Now smell it. I would not taste.
The
I'll
musk of
definitely
fear.
not taste.
Is that even a thing that you can do?
Probably not. But
I thought meat just tastes funny when it's fear, not smells funny.
Looks like he's gonna have to taste it, and taste an
Yep,
unscared
isn't it?
one as well for comparison.
Yep.
comprehensive cooking.
Is the rat still there?
Over, it best
Yeah,
check over
he's
an
like
open
watching the
flame.
lot of you like, the fuck are you doing?
Is what was your name? I forgot. Did you?
Sure.
Sure. Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm very bad with names.
Yes,
have
me
there
too.
been? Have
I don't
there
know
been-
yours.
Yes, it's Cole. Has there been any rats that have been wounded like this but aren't currently dead?
No, all day.
Okay, so they're.
We'd
Alright.
find them like this.
Definitely an elf then.
Sure, when you found your kin, their bodies, was there anything? Did you find anything on their bodies? Did you search their bodies? Was there anything that you found, or perhaps was anything taken from you?
No,
There-
nothing taken.
Nothing missing. So I
Killed.
look at the bodies. So all body parts are accounted for: fingers, toes, ears, whiskers.
They're completely intact as far as you can see.
And no bodies have gotten up and walked away, right?
No.
Okay. I think we need to go and have a look at where these bodies were killed.
Many place. Where go first?
Where you
Travel
guys found
movies.
the first body, I think.
Come. Steps
Off we go then.
away from you and grabs a hand axe from next to the door on his way out. Come, follow, go. And steps out into the city.
Alright.
So, is there anything you gentlemen would like to do on your way deeper into the ruins?
Cast mage armor on myself, just in case.
Just
I
in
would like
case.
to
Good
kind
idea.
of disappear into some of the shadows. Just use the most unconventional ways to follow the group. Try and see if anybody else is trying to do the same.
Ooh, clever. Okay, I'm quickly going to just grab something else to drink because my throat is killing me.
Alright.
And then while I do that, you gentlemen discuss your plan of action. Lady, I'm assuming you're going to use your slippers of spider climbing
Oh,
to
oh yes.
vertical.
Oh yes. The most unconventional, the better.
That's didn't actually account for that. That's clever. Okay, I'll be back in a sec.
So I think after we gone to like the first place of murder, we should probably go to the most recent,
I
Yeah.
was thinking that as well.
and then see if there's anything we can pick up and track from there.
Alright, as well.
The thing is, if they can tell us where all the bodies were murdered, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some kind of particular pattern to the murders, like they're keeping people out of a specific area or moving along with something.
Well, the rat men haven't noticed a pattern.
They're all rat, man.
Yeah, and they were killed by potentially somebody of the pointy-eared persuasion.
Should probably
Or someone just using elf arrows, but probably elf. It's possible.
Well,
sometimes.
given that all the shots that we could see were basically kill shots, it stands to reason.
should also find out
Most other
if any groups of people have tried to pass through and been not let in.
good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Back.
Oh hi.
Why?
On whilst we're walking, I just want to ask Cher if they've had any encounters with any outside businesses trying to hustle in on their sewer business.
Oh, yes. Yes, many. We look after for boss. They
And
come,
you do a
they
very
pay,
good job
they
at
go.
it. But
Yes.
you had any not working for the boss?
Dwarfs. Dwarfs come. Not weighted stone. We turn them back. They want to go. Ate two of them.
Very, very good. Any elf type people like me or Leroy here?
Nah.
No elves.
No elf thing.
Okay. Interesting.
How those dwarves taste?
Gamey.
I found that some paprika gets around that.
Really?
Yeah.
Need paprika.
No, I'll get you some. I'll send someone down.
Oh, excellent.
I carry some on me.
Wow!
You know, cook and all.
Trade?
Yeah, you can have a sample for free.
Yeah. How much? What do you give him the paprika in?
Just he scoops it out of a pocket, just with his hand.
Small white packet.
Little leather bag, tiny
Little baggies.
No paprika here. All right. So good with dwarf.
Well, that's what my elf friend says. I've never had any.
Good. Invite you for dinner. Wife mate make food.
I find that they pair very well with a nice red.
Excellent. Many old wine cellar.
As
he says
I may have
that,
to spend more time down here with you. You seem like a fellow on the up and up.
No. Yes. Come visit. Make a nice meal. As he says that, you guys approach what may have at some point in the distant past have been a town square for this underground city. In the center of it, there is a white pillar that comes up to about your chest height, Hans. And atop it is a orb of glittering dark green stone.
Ooh.
Yes, here's waiting point.
Wait,
They come. Yes, they come from out city. They wait here. They pay toll. We take them in. This were first to die.
Interesting. So if somebody was coming
Right.
somebody coming from the outside of the city through the sewers, this would be their first place they'd get to.
This where they must stop. Beetle.
Interesting.
Do we know anything about the orb?
I
Like,
don't know.
Has our boss told us anything about
Do
it?
it look magic?
Don't know. It's up to you lot. If you want to try and determine anything about the orb, it's all up to you.
This orb. It's very good. Where you get it?
Always been here.
Always been here. Okay. And nobody's thought to poke it or anything.
Post.
And I cast detect magic on my and yeah, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
Just like and my detect magic is nice and easy. One action and duration's 10 minutes, 30-foot range. Does that orb have magical properties of some kind?
No more so than the rest of the area. This whole Undercity is steeped in a very faint background magic, if you want to call it as such. It's emanating like very faint magics, but it's not even at cantrip level. It's like super. Think of it almost as like magical radiation. It's just
Sort of like just like
emanating from the stone.
Like a latent magic just in the air around us, permeating everything basically. But
Basically,
very-
like from the
very weakly.
construction down here. The stone is neither more or less magical than anything else in the area.
I can let's see. What would it be? Could I try? Okay, well, given I've been in this, could I try a knowledge history check to try and sort of like rack my brain, see if I know anything, maybe gain a little bit more information about this or what it's maybe a name or some kind
I
of
lent him my
old
magnifying
function or
glass
something?
to help.
Sure. What exactly are you trying to determine? Like, what part of the old city you guys are standing in, or?
Just specifically with this orb that's in there. What kind of function would it have served here in the center of the town square? You know, historically in the old city,
Sure.
or even at the very least, just sort of like a name or a basic function. You know, was there something that, you know, how do I phrase it? Was it like a street light, or was this something specific? That makes any
This
sense.
area went like a town square type dealio, yeah?
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Sure. Make a history check. See if you know anything about.
19 all told. I rolled a 50. Yeah.
Okay.
And Hans is helping.
And
He gave
Hans
me
is
his
helping.
magnifying glass.
Make a second d20 and pick the higher of the two. Probably gonna tell you something now, and you guys are gonna just be like, "The fuck?"
15.
Again, same. Or 15.
No. The 15 was the higher roll, my first one.
All right. You don't know much about the specific period of the city because it's passed through so many hands over the years. But from your elfy bardy knowledge, I'm going to lay some bullshit on you now. This kind of construction is very reminiscent of the type of stonework used in the city to rebuild it in the year of 806 DR, after Laeral Silverhand, the Witch Queen of Stormnatar, sealed the liches of the Grand Cabal inside the host tower and begun the efforts to rebuild and resettle the ruins.
So, can I rack my brain about these witches? So, maybe it was used to purify the place?
There you go. Bam.
Maybe it's used to keep those liches sealed.
Also very true. Maybe it's better off if we leave it alone then.
See, that's a great thing about bards. They put little tits and bits of all sorts of things, but they really have the full
Do
story.
we know where these host towers are?
You know where
Uh,
the current host tower is? It's in the middle of Luskan. Host out of the arcane.
There's a lich inside the host tower.
Hmm.
many liches. Oh, I don't know.
Why can't I click anything? God damn it. There we go. Host out of the arcane.
I wonder if we are underneath that.
Sure. We are under the city of Luskan right now, yes?
Yes.
If we had to be above ground right now, right about where would we...
Huh? He kind of is like, I don't fucking know.
Has anyone been keeping track? Because I haven't.
No.
We trust Char. Where exactly was the body found?
Oh yes, the
Next to
murder!
pillar. Yes, right there. And he points to next to the orb, where there's
Um,
two smears of blood on the ground.
Cha, could you please pose in the way you found it?
He looks at you a little. Make a persuasion check for me.
I will help.
What do both of you say? Try.
To help reenact the murder. But don't worry, we won't murder you. 19.
Do I roll or what do I do?
Roll
or-
again, Hippo. If one of you is helping the other, then the person, primary
19.
person gets again.
Yeah.
Okay. Chair's like, fine. You, come. And he points into the shadows, and you see a rat come skulking out. Ground corpse, go. Go, go. You see one of the other rats kind of like grumbling to himself, like.
When he lays down in the corpse position, I draw an outline around it in chalk. Okay, thank you. You may go.
Go. Wait, watch. What's that do?
Was the rat when the rat that Chair commanded, was he lying face down or face?
Face down.
Okay, that means he was shot from behind. As if he was, otherwise all the arrows the gun might have been broken.
I'd like to devil sight around and see how many rats we're surrounded by.
Sure. Yeah, you do a quick head count. About 23 of them. All lurking on the outskirts, watching you. All of them trying to look disinterested, but at the same time keeping a very firm eye on you.
It's okay, Ratman. You can watch.
Plus
We're
one
here to
bugbear on
help.
the roof.
What's that called?
Plus one bugbear on the roof.
Plus one bugbear who's kind of just like fucking Spider-Manning his way from building to building at the moment. So, what? You make a mark on ground. What now?
So we know where the rat died from. Let's see if we can figure out where from. So this first one, shot, stabbed,
Shot.
front, back,
Back of head.
back of head. Okay, let's guess it fell forward. What would be the direction of the back of his head was facing when he was stood?
Points at One of the buildings where Cole is currently busy walking up.
Yeah, well, we've got a starting point.
Is the building I'm on like does it have a good? I mean, I assume I'm up here because it has a good visual of that.
Yeah, it's what looks to be the remains of like a 3-story stone building.
I start
Most of
looking
the
around where
glass
I
is
am.
long gone, but the windows and everything still appear. No, the window frames still appear to be intact.
Has there been any signs of movement here, or has mostly been, would any signs have been hidden by rats?
Do a perception and a survival.
Perception and survival. All right. Perception. Let's scroll to the right place. What is my perception? 0. So that is a 12, and my survival is a 10.
You don't see any overt signs, although you do see a very faint smudge on one windowsill, as if somebody had recently leant on it or put their weight on it.
All right. As in a smudge, it's like a lack of dust, or like an actual smudge? Like
A lack of
stuff?
dust,
Okay.
where the dust has kind of been squished and moved to boot by fabric.
Do any of the rat men wear shoes?
Here and there. For the most part, not really, because most of them prefer to take to the natural claws for purchase.
Can I look around to see if there's any footsteps that may be made by someone wearing shoes?
You may most certainly try. Make a survival check for me.
From what I saw of their arrows, were they arrows or were they bolts?
They were arrows.
Okay.
16.
16. Most of the floor here is stone, but there are, there's dust, obviously,
Yeah, unsettled dust.
covering everything in a thin layer. Other than the lot of tracks and movement having gone through this area, thus providing the main meeting point for most groups entering the city. You do find very faintly the outline of a boot heel leading away from where you are standing deeper into the city.
I relay the information.
Looking at that boot heel would, well, particularly Hans and I be able to see or determine if this was an elf that could have made this print, or perhaps
That would be a
something
very high survival roll, but you can both attempt.
Do elves even leave footprints?
never mind.
Can I help one of them?
You can certainly try, but bear in mind that's going to be a very particular piece of information.
Yeah, no. Like 7.
Fortunately,
Yeah.
not quite. So, where next? What go?
The most recent finding, if you will.
All right, come, follow.
Following?
He steps away from the pillar, turns his back on it, and heads back towards where you guys actually entered. And after 10 more minutes or so of travel, comes to a alleyway between the buildings. Here. Watch point.
Another one on watch.
Yes, 2.
Two of them.
Always pair.
Okay. And both were killed?
Yes.
Okay.
Both with arrows or stab?
Throat slit.
How long ago?
1-2 moons?
These are the most recent ones.
Yes.
Nox is gonna look very sad
Okay.
because his blood doesn't work anymore.
Isn't it?
No, it's 1-2 moons, so 24 hours.
He's a ratman that lives underground. You can't really expect him to keep track of time accurately. So,
Are we these bodies that we've headed deeper into the city or more to the outskirts?
back towards the entranceway to Luskan, but away from the border of the Luskan city, if you want to call it that.
So we're probably
Closer
around
towards the
here.
center of the city, but further away from the exterior.
So we're probably like underneath, kind of in this area somewhere.
Maybe.
Okay.
Who knows?
Again, using the magical feature of figuring out where they. Oh, these ones had their throats slit. Yeah. Presumably, also that would happen from behind. Presumably, that would also happen very quickly for them to both do it, both be dead. And then, are there any signs of a struggle?
Sure, but make investigation checks for me. Survival and investigation, those of you who wish to try and investigate.
Okay, investigation is 14, survival is 20.
Anybody else?
Survival
19,
is 4.
investigation is
Alright. Working together as a group, 3 of you or 4 of you determined that they died without a struggle, and they died simultaneously.
Okay. That
no fear.
this either means one very quick elf, which it's just an elf, or 2. And how often? So you say 1-2 moons since these 2?
Yes.
And was there that long a gap between the others?
No.
So they've slowed down in the killing.
No. Sometimes 2. Sometimes
Okay.
2. Sometimes 3.
I see.
I must go get meeting. I leave.
Okay, thank you for your time. I
Yes.
chuck him 5 gold.
Looks at the gold. Thank you. Pockets it. It scurries into the darkness
I'll bring you your paprika!
Yes. Food. And you guys are left alone in the darkness. And the sound of scurrying feet disappearing in darkness, leaving you all alone.
Oh joy. Because nothing could possibly go wrong with us here all alone in the...
Okay, so plan?
So what kind of chamber is the area we're in?
Not so much a chamber as it's a city. Many parts of it
It doesn't
broken
have a roof,
down.
though.
Yeah, it's beneath current Luskan. The previous city's kind of just been like built over it.
Okay, that's fine. How tall is like the area? How much air is there?
That varies from location to location. Some places are relatively close to the ground, coming to within like 10 or 15 feet above your head.
Okay.
And other places go up much higher, up to like 2 or 100 feet in the darkness above you. It's hard to say.
Okay.
The interior appears to have its own topography, own hills and dips and roads, just like the surface has.
Alright. So I want to quickly go and if this place has a high roof, or just want to go like all the way to the top and take a look at the layout of the city? Just like scan it quickly.
Sure. Let me quickly see if I can pull up that map for you of the underground. Will render. Will it render?
We live in hope.
But 2 moments. Pull it up. If it pulls. Whoops. Shit. The wrong asset. Bear with me.
Oops.
I broke a thing. Not exactly what I wanted. What the fuck? Is that mine or who's making
You
that?
made that.
Oh. You
What the
confused me
hell?
for a moment there. Give me a sec. Okay, unfortunately, it keeps telling me it's too big to load. Okay. It's fine. It's not a train smash. Okay. Yeah, you can see how far in the dark, Liddy?
Only 60 feet.
Only 60 feet.
But is there any type of small light that would increase that?
The whole area is covered in a very faint dark blue light.
Hmm.
That emanates from the rocks themselves. Not enough to, easily read by, but more than enough for people with dark vision to be able to move about with some surety.
All right.
The city itself spreads in every direction, and you can see that it's roughly separated into diamonds instead of squares, how the buildings are laid out. And these interlocking diamonds basically form various districts, some of them having taller, more ornate structures that have fallen into ruin, and others having structures built much closer to the ground where most likely the poorer folk lived. And at the very center of the structure, you can see an enormous tower cast from the same grey-blue rock stretching up into the darkness above you.
And that just goes straight up, like
Just
on the roof.
straight up, almost like a pillar holding up the city above.
Hmm. How easy would it be for my character to presume that that's the host tower?
It's a fairly safe assumption. It's the only
Alright.
tower you've seen so far. So,
All right. Yeah, no, I didn't have anything else. So I'm just gonna come back down and start like shadowing the rest of the group again.
all right. So, what do you gents do?
Oh god, it's brown.
Brown.
But not... It's not see-through. There we go. Oh no, you just took the thing off.
I took the thing off.
If you're gonna be putting stuff in there, we can still see maps and stuff. There we go.
There it goes.
I know.
Okay, you fixed it.
I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what you're doing next while I carry on with the next section stuff.
Okay, so...
Still see through for me.
Oh yeah, because Letty's
yeah,
brown.
you set it to Letty color.
Damn it, Liddy, why are you
You
gonna
need
be
to set it to
brown?
black.
Wow, that's racist.
That's not black.
Now I can.
Oh, good enough. No one's pink.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Everybody's.
So, what are we doing? Where are we going?
Karate.
I'm pretty much out of ideas right now. Why don't you ask your skeleton friend if he can discern anything?
He's kind of an expert on undead. I don't think this is what we are dealing with.
Hamill's right here.
Exactly. I'm talking for you, but I think I'm correct.
I didn't know
Yeah.
if he only responded to you because you were his master.
I prefer to think of it as a boss.
You know, it's more of a partnership.
Gregory, what do you think of this mess?
You should probably raise them as zombies.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, but won't the other ratmen have a problem?
Well, I didn't say it was a good idea.
Well, they didn't seem to have a problem when I took their blood. I'm gonna pour the blood out onto the floor. From my
It's like,
vial.
God damn it, just pour it out. So, you guys are still standing there.
Oh.
Lady, you're basically walking the ceilings and the walls and the roofs.
Yeah, I'm
Trying
just
to think of
basically
something.
just trying to see if anybody is trying to move through the shadows like me.
Make a perception check for me, lady.
Alrighty.
Bat skills.
No. That's a 2.
No.
Can I
No,
help him
yeah.
using my devil sight?
No, because I'm not at the same location. I mean, you can make your own check.
Yeah, can I look around too?
Sure.
Yes. With the
You
devil.
look around for any sneaky breaky people.
No.
The other one.
Twos all around.
A 3.
Oh yeah, you definitely see somebody sneaking around. Too bad it's your own bug.
It's a me, a bugbear. All right. So, what's the plan, boss?
Well, we have, I guess we have two choices. We disappear off into the darkness and do our best to track down whatever this is, or we wait at the guard post and hope that
Why
the
don't you
killer
pretend
strikes.
to be a rat?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. We either disguise ourselves or we get some willing participants. And if the killer strikes, we strike.
So who's got the magics?
Most of us.
All right, well, make yourself look like Ratman then, boss.
I could cast a minor illusion of a rat, man. But it only lasts for a minute. I have to keep recasting.
I can just make myself straight up invisible. So, what are we doing? Are we going to wait and pretend to be rats? Or get some rats to be rats for us?
We could try to find some willing volunteers, but they would be put in harm's way. And then Nox shrugs.
The good thing about rats is they breed like rats.
Wow, that's incredibly racist.
It's okay. I'll pay back Cher for his lost people in Paprika.
Also incredibly true.
Incredibly
There
racist.
was like 23 of them around us.
What's that got to do with anything? You're racist.
There's a lot of rats.
23 whole rats.
Yeah, fuck the city that had people in it at some point. Those fucking rats are squatters, I tell you. So, Cole, what are you doing now that you're still wandering about?
Yeah, just trying to think of something to figure out who's killing them and just continuing my vigil of being totally not Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
What's Lauren doing?
I'm here, don't worry.
Well, I'm wondering what you're doing.
I am contemplating polymorphing myself and Hans. Well, actually, Cole might be no, myself and Hans. As with the way polymorph works, doing it to Cole would be a bad idea because we'd lose our heavy hitter.
Well, where's everybody's token? Bonk. So you guys are all standing over here, doing Batman things. Cole's like up on the fucking ceiling.
Well, we were checking out a body, so yeah, we.
Yeah, Batman things.
Detective work.
Batman.
Batman.
So, minutes passed. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. There's some magic cast. There's some investigation done. Some eyeglasses used. Some spyglasses used. Lots of discussions. Some blood poured out on the ground. And during all of this, I would like you all to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh no. Truly surprising.
1!
The dice gods love me.
What did you roll, Hans? One.
Natural 1!
What about your skillies?
Oh yeah.
Remember the skilling.
Dude.
I rolled an 11.
16.
11 for my skeletons.
Lauren, how much?
Rolled a 19, so that's 20 all
What?
told.
Right at the top.
No, it's
Lauren,
plus.
Nox.
It's just plus dex or.
Yeah, you should have an initiative.
I'll
That
be right back.
Initiative plus 2. Sorry, so that's
Cole?
Hey, I'm an 11.
11. Okay, skillies?
11.
Okay, skillies and Cole go at about the same time. Hans is way at the bottom at the top.
If Cole goes before my skellies, then yeah. And it's skellies, then me.
Skillies.
Oh
then
yeah, that's
you.
gonna be better because then, yeah.
Okay.
Mystery 2.
Electric Boogaloo. Okay. So, Lauren, you're still got your back. The group. What's the armor class in that boy of yours?
I have mage armor. Not that it helps, but armor class 12.
Is that with mage armor?
Does mage armor stack?
Yeah, it replaces what you've got.
Then mage armor is way better. Hang on.
It's 13 plus dex modifier.
Okay, so 14.
Okay. Which is incidentally just how much I managed to roll. So that's good.
Laura drops
That's
dead in front of us.
fantastic.
Shit!
Funk. Shit, it's the cops. Cheese it. Alright. You guys are still busy discussing this happening.
Ow, everybody, ow.
It's not that bad, I rolled low. As you take 6 points of piercing damage as the arrow comes winging in from the darkness, skittering off of the barrier that you erected magically around yourself, and just glancing your shoulder, leaving a deep cut.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Ow, I say. Ow.
And second arrow is going to come winging out of the darkness. At
Somebody else?
I'm just trying to see who it would be. It would be Nox. What's the armor class in your boy, Nox?
18.
18. Okay, that's a 22, so that's a hit.
Yeah.
And you take... Ooh. You take 10 points of piercing damage. As an arrow slams into you. From behind, and if you hadn't stepped slightly to the left at that exact second, it would have probably taken you in the throat, doing much more damage than it did. Right, which drops us to initiative order now that everybody is been springy. Lil Lauren, your turn.
Seeing as I've been touched inappropriately. The arrow came at me from behind or the other direction? Or was
The arrow came from over here somewhere.
So I had my back to it. Bastards.
There's
Okay,
bastards.
okay, so obviously I cannot see my assailant.
You can make an action to try and search for them if you
I
want, but then you won't be able to attack. You'll only leave your movement and your bonus action remaining.
That's fine for now. We need to know where they are. I'm going to yell out to Cole from across. They came from across the street. Kick their ass. Bardically inspire him.
Alrighty, so Cole, you get your D8 Bardic Inspiration dice.
Yay.
I should probably switch music to something slightly less bong.
Well, to me, it's like complete silence.
Is it that quiet?
Yeah, I think the music stopped a while ago for me.
I've had it on loop the whole time. That's weird. Let me reload
Yeah, I think-
tabletops.
Yeah, mine just says nothing current. Though.
Yeah, because I just stopped it. I'm just reloading
okay.
tabletops in quick. Oh, old. Because it was being a twat for some reason. Damn you, Roll20. Do your shit correctly.
No, pay me.
No.
Give me money.
Give me money, bitch.
Okay.
Where's my
And
money?
then I shall then after that attempt to see if I can spot where these.
How about now?
Yes, music. Turn it up a bit.
Give it now. Yeah.
Damn it, make up your minds. Hurry!
Alright, we're good.
Okay, so.
Then I'm gonna try and see if I can see where these guys are that are shooting at us.
Okay. Action. Check, try and spot them.
What am I rolling?
Your perception. You're contesting a stealth roll. Oh my god, I just checked what their stealth rolls are. God damn! What is your total, sir?
Perception. Not that great. 11.
Okay. Let me have a look here quickly. Wow, that's fucking awful. You spot one of them!
Woohoo!
Huzzah!
Because I rolled a 1 for my stealth roll.
Aha!
Aha! Okay. You see, leaning out one of the building's window, the lithe form of Elvish Cut, busy knocking another arrow and getting it ready to plant it in you.
It's a knife here! Sorry, Hans.
Wow.
But I thought you were an elf.
1/16th on my mother's
Race
side.
traitor!
Speak for yourself.
Who all speaks Elvish here?
Me.
Me.
I am fairly sure that I won't speak something like that.
Okay.
Only if I comprehend languages.
I'm trying to remember what they were.
What's
They're
it, Dylan?
common-
Only if I comprehend languages.
Okay. Alright. So, Laura, you point them out, so you guys see one of the shooters. Fantastic. Right, next. Who's going next?
Just stopped again.
Me, I think.
Goodbye, music.
Oh, you changed it. Okay.
Should be hopefully. Nox,
I have
your turn.
music.
What you doing?
Where's the closest door on this building?
There's just kind of holes in it all over the place. What do you want to do specifically?
Go inside and get some cover.
Okay, so you basically like clamber through the nearest window inside of the building itself. Okay, works for me.
And then I'm gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at this guy.
Alright, they're gonna also take cover from your shot.
Mm-hmm. Both in cover.
Right, roll to hit.
Six, 14 and 9.
No, unfortunately not. Both blasts kind of slam into the wall, the fire bursting some of the bricks and scattering stone all about, but leaving them unharmed.
Do I break the
Anything else
cover
you'd like to
a
do?
little? No, that's it.
That it. Okay, knock's done. Mystery number 2. It's going to shank you in the kidneys from behind.
Oh, hey there.
Okay, let's make an attack roll. 27.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. How many ink attack dice does a rogue of this level get?
Many lots.
Oh, that's not that bad. I rolled very badly. 26 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
That
As
was
you
a
just
bad
feel
roll.
a scimitar just like swing up to try and cut your throat, and at the very last moment, a little rustle of cloth just gives them away, and you manage to jerk your throat aside, and instead of slitting your throat, they just cut you a really fucking nasty slice across the bottom of the chin and down
As I'm being
past your neck
bullied.
and on the shoulder. A really close shave, so to speak. And you hear her snarl something in Elvish at you, which unfortunately you cannot understand. Alright. Next up, we got Cole. Cole the mystery bugbear boy.
Mr. Bugbear Boy. Alright,
Yes, Bat Orc, what would you like to do?
Bat Orc. I would like to Bat Orc my way over to where
Across
this
the ceiling?
exists.
Yeah, you just like plod it across the ceiling so you're above the building, right?
Yeah, I'm above the building, and then I want to, because I just basically want to either like go through the window and attack them, or just basically just fucking
You want
hack them
to, you want
through the
to
window.
dive through the window towards
Yeah.
them.
Also, quick question: do they know I'm here, and are they surprised of me?
You don't know.
No, it's actually very important because it's a mechanical thing.
Fuck it. Let's see if they've noticed you. What is their perception bonuses? Plus 14. No, plus 4, not plus 14.
That would
What am I saying?
I would be like, oh, there's no fucking.
They see through time.
They go catatonic because they can see forever. No, they have not noticed you.
Okay, so that means I'm technically surprising them on my first turn of combat.
Okay.
Which is my racial ability, giving me. So my next attack deals 2d6 extra.
Okay, go for it.
Alright,
So
I'm
you
just-
first, before you do anything, you need to make an acrobatics roll from your motherfucker as you try and dive from a ceiling through a
Alright,
building's
okay.
window.
Oh, that's fine.
Before we get to the exotic things.
With acrobatics, that is a 13?
That's a pass. Okay. Alright, so you dove through the window in to try and shank a bitch with your long arms and your pole arm.
Yes.
Make your attack roll for me.
13 plus 7 is
Lord. That's
lots.
a hit. That's a 20, yes, that's a
Second
hit.
attack. 8 plus 7 is
15. No,
15.
it's a miss, unfortunately.
okay, one hit. And
Alright.
so that is a what the fuck damage was this? 1d10. 1d10 and 2d6 because of the Supringi.
No
And
surprise.
then just to be a complete dickhead, I'm
Okay.
just gonna smite as well.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know why. I feel like I want to smite.
Then smite a bitch.
Yeah, it's just a level 1 spell.
Okay.
Total is 31 points of damage plus the
Fucking hell.
attack damage, which is plus a total of 35 points of damage.
Okay. Goddamn. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, you managed to get a pretty good hit in. They managed to feign out of the way, dip and dodge a moment, and then when they think they've managed to evade your hits, you kind of just position the pole arm so they actually dodge into it, and they end up nearly impaling themselves on the blade. Because nobody really expects a fucking bugbear to jump through the goddamn window from the ceiling.
Excellent. Then I'll
This
just
is-
bonus attack and then shaft end.
Okay.
Blunt
You
end.
slap them with the blunt end of the weapon.
Yes. That is a 12 plus 7.
19, sin miss, unfortunately. No, wait,
Okay.
what am I saying? That's a hit.
Okay. Because they were like, holy shit, these guys have a high AC.
Yeah, it's
19
a hit.
misses. And that is a total 7 points of extra damage.
7 points damage. Alrighty.
That's normal.
That's
real
you.
bullshit for me.
Skellingtons.
Can they see
What's
this
happened?
one?
This one in here.
No, the one up with Cole.
Let's assume. Wait, do skellies have dark vision?
No. Yes, 60 feet.
Yes, they can see him.
Alright, they're just gonna both shoot at it.
Alright. The elf is going to use Cole and the wall for cover. From the arrows.
That's fine.
Let's see. Skellies can hit some fangs.
Oh god, what do I add to the fucking... Booba dooba 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 ba bloop ba plus 4, 19, 14.
Okay, plink plink. Both arrows go slamming into the wall, unfortunately, as the elf pulls her head back inside and uses Cole for cover.
Alright, and then I move one up in front of me and keep Gregory behind me.
Okay. Poor Gregory.
Well, I'm
Alright.
keeping Gregory safe as long as an elf doesn't come up this corridor.
Speaking of which, we're going to have one more friend pop out, poop, on this, from this building, and just be like, oh hey, and it's gonna try and put 2 arrows into you, Hippo.
No!
Yes. What's the AC on that boy?
14.
Oof. I say, I just rolled really well.
Don't do that, stop it. We're meant to do that.
He's
I rolled
bullying.
I rolled 2 15s. That's pretty good. So it's 22, 22. That's great. All damage on this guy. Ugh, it's not that great. That's 8 and 5, so 13 points of damage to you as the arrow hits you.
Oof.
Oof! And then he's going to make a gesture with the 2 arrows inside of you. And I need you to make... actually, who's all in the range here?
Oh god.
I need Hans and Laloran and Gregory and Skeleton A all to make a Constitution saving throw, please. As the 2 arrows detonate that have just struck you. Hans.
Constitution, okay, that's 19 for me. This one's Skeleton A. That's probably a fail.
Fail.
Constitution,
16
Constitution.
failed.
Constitution.
No. I was talking to the skeleton. What did you roll? 16.
16, yeah.
And
Yeah, you pass.
15 for Gregory.
15 for Gregory. Okay, so pretty much everybody except one skeleton passes. Gregory is blinded
No, Gregory!
as a concussive blast of light suddenly lights up the interior, leaving you all blinking spots out of your eyes.
Wait, Gregory passed. Gregory.
Or the other
Okay.
one. Sorry, whichever skeleton failed.
Skeleton A.
Damn your skeletons!
Skeleton A and Gregory.
Skeleton A and Gregory. Okay. Then it's Hans' turn.
Okay. Do non-rows get surprise attacks?
Do non-rogues get surprise
like
attacks?
if it can't see me and I try and shank something.
Well, anybody can technically surprise someone, but I mean, you don't have sneak attack dice or anything like
that's
that.
fine.
But in this particular case, combat's already started,
Well,
so nobody's really going to be surprised.
Yeah, but is it expecting this? As I go, Bazinga! And teleport behind it with Misty Step, and then I tap it in the back of the head with an upcast Vampiric Touch.
Well, maybe. It depends on if they avoid whatever the save is. What is the
It's
save?
not, I make a roll.
Oh, okay, well, then make your roll.
Natural 20.
Oh my god, yes, that connects.
Okay, so
Oof, I say.
I'm casting that as a level 4 spell,
Okay.
which means it's going. That's going to be 8d6 necrotic damage.
Ouch! You want some extra dice? Okay, that's a lot of dice. I think you have dice. Okay. Go for it. Oof, I say.
Okay, that's 36 points of necrotic damage. I get half of that back as health.
Jesus Christ, that's disgusting.
Ouch.
Oof, okay. Okay. That's just absolutely disgusting. Yeah, you guys just see Hans disappear from sight from the alleyway, reappear inside, and a sudden flash of bruised purplish energy light up the interior of the building, throwing the shadows outside up wildly. And hear a panicked cry as Hans, you actually see the veins on this creature actually bulge from the body and actually congeal towards the point where your finger touched them, as if you're siphoning the life out of their veins directly into
It's
your
been
body.
so long since I've tasted someone like you.
Oh my god. So creepy.
Jesus.
Okay. Well, that's fucking weird. Okay.
Enfield, you asshole!
Okay, Hans is done. Lauren, your turn.
I'm assuming I can see all three of them.
Well, directly in front of you is one. If you glance to the right, you can see the other. The other one you haven't seen behind you, but you've heard a scuffle from the interior out of there, so it's safe to assume.
So I
there.
can see two of them. Cole looks like he has that one well in hand. The one that's by Hans is going to eat
It's going to eat.
Delicious
hot
food.
lead. Yes, it's going to eat delicious hot leads.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Oof, I say, that might not have gone well.
14. It's a miss, unfortunately.
Ah,
Guys have got some
Okay.
pretty steady AC on them. Anything
and
else?
I'm going to sort of like try and move, position myself that I've got skeleton A between me and
And the enemy.
yes.
Okay.
And I
Anything else?
shall, as a bonus action, I shall call out to Hans, telling him to kick him in a fork and bardically inspire him.
All right. Well, so you get your D8. And anything else, or is that you for actions?
That's me for action.
Nox, you just got your fucking throat nearly slit. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay. Armor of
Nice.
Agathis. Anything else?
Agathis, got it. And that's it.
That's it. Alrighty. So you have cast your magic, no bonus action, nothing like that. Right, Mystery Elf. That's with Cole. Is going to.
I can see that elf, right?
Yeah, you can see him.
Okay.
He's going to do two things. He's going to snarl something in Elvish at you, Cole. Then he's going to throw something on the ground that explodes, throwing up a wall of smoke between the two of you. And is going to attempt to GTFO away from the bugbear. Oof, good. Cole, you need to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
This one's going to disengage.
Constitution saving throw. That is a plus. Plus. Is it 10? Can I use the inspiration dice?
I believe so. Isn't
Yeah,
that what inspiration does?
It's for a save. It's for pretty much any.
All right, so that's a total of 17 then.
Okay, using the dice, you managed to pass and shrug off the effects of the cloud. Whatever narcotic was inside of it being resisted by your hardy bugbear constitution. However, when the smoke clears, the room is empty.
All right.
Right. That's that person done. Cole, your turn.
All right. Well, I see that this one's like just fucked off. Instead of wasting time trying to look for, and I don't know which one it is. I'm not judging, so I'm just gonna How far away am I from any of my friendos?
You'd be able to cover that distance in about 2 turns if you were to move normally, or if you dash a single turn.
Let me just check. Do I have any spells I could use here to buff any? No, it's fine. I'm just gonna dash.
Okay, you start running towards your compatriots to try
Yeah,
and...
I just dashed there.
Okay, so Cole's holding ass. Skellington's turn. What would you like them to do, Hans?
They're both just gonna take shots at this elf that I've just sucked some
Stabbed.
life out of.
Poor elf. Okay, go for it.
That one's probably a miss. That one's 15.
That's fortunate. Both misses.
My God.
The elf actually jumps up and heel kicks one of the arrows out of the air at you, and you manage to like duck out of the way at the last second as it comes clattering towards you, while neatly dipping away from your hand as you try and grab her a second time to get some of that sweet elf sucking on. All right, mystery number 2 is going to happen next. The one in combat with Nox is going to do 2 things. Oof, that's pretty good. Nox, I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I'm gonna use Devil's Own Luck for that, so I get
All right. Okay, so you're gonna add that to your save, eh?
Mhm.
Alright. What is your total then?
19.
19. Okay, you feel the bonds of gravity start slipping from you. You start hovering up into the air like a balloon that's been let go by a small child. But you manage to just kind of like go, nah, fuck that, and shrug off the effect of the magic, and your heels just slap back onto the stone. However, a thick cloud of smoke is billowing in between you and the target, which you throw up in between casting the spell. You start raising up into the sky. And when the smoke clears, the target is gone. This one is going to also utilize one of their smokies. Hans, I would like for you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Are you rolling for anything with them? Just out of curiosity.
16.
It's for certain things. 16. That's not it. Okay, 16. That's a pass. Throws up smoke and disappears.
Can I see him running
when
away?
the smoke clears. You can attempt to make a perception roll on your turn, which is now.
Ah, fuck's sake.
You do not
Shit
see,
biscuits.
fortunately.
So that they've all fucking run away.
All 3 of them appear to have scampered off, leaving you bloodied.
No, I'm perfectly healthy.
Well, not you, but as a group, I mean. Somewhat bloodied. Nobody seriously injured, but definitely depleted of some of your resources.
Well,
Decently
when you
injured.
say seriously injured, we haven't seen what Nox looks like.
Yeah, you guys see Nox stagger out of the building, looking like a lot of his outsides is now,
Less than
his
half.
insides on the outsides.
His entrails have become his extrail.
Meanwhile, as the last you saw Hans, he teleported away with 2 arrows sticking out of him. He walks out, stretches. Oh, I haven't felt this good in years! And it's...
The arrows are still like sticking out, but now they're completely healed in.
No, I like to imagine when I drank the life force, it like the healing just kind of popped him out. Hans is a lot more colourful than he used to be. You can't see through him like a newborn fish anymore. Well, I think we know who did the killings!
I'd say that's a fair bet.
Did any of you capture any? Because my one ran away.
No, but I almost have them.
They all ran away. This is no good. How
Well,
are we supposed to track them?
Mm.
with a great deal of difficulty, I think. But at least we have some idea of. We at least now know that they are here, and we must be onto something, because otherwise they would have left us alone. But
Did any of you make them bleed?
Yes.
Well, maybe we should
Show my halberd at the end of it.
maybe we should see if there's a trail of blood.
good idea.
Come on,
Okay,
Coco,
so
take us to where you did stabbed.
who wants to be the person that's going to roll survival? Only one of you. will be
Not
doing that.
me.
Not me.
Yeah, great, but I can do it.
Not me.
Okay.
Alright, I guess it's me.
Inspire him.
You can do this, Cole. You the man. Bugbear. You know what I mean. He's inspired, by the way. He is
Okay.
inspired.
I'm inspired. I shall also use the inspiration die.
Go over it.
Total of 12 plus 5, 17 plus my survival. Just 3, it amounts to a total of 20.
Right. You lose the tracks almost immediately. The blood
Well,
disappearing.
shit.
However, about 30 feet away, heading in the general direction that your intuition tells you that they headed, the drips reappear. You're fairly familiar with this effect, Cole. You've used the spell yourself. Probably something like Dimension Door or Misty Step. Short-range teleportation. The droplets lead away into the darkness ahead of you, peering out from the city and towards the more natural parts of the cavern. You follow it for some time, and then the bleeding stops, leaving you standing on the edges of the city. I would like for you to make a survival check for me one more time.
Alright. That is a total of 19.
Okay. With uncanny facility, managed to find the trail once more, bringing you to a natural cavern. Let's just do that for now. And that. Bringing you to a
No, but it
natural
was
cavern.
secret.
Indeed. Let me grab some coal out of this box.
How much time has passed?
I'd say about a bit more than half an hour.
Okay.
Why?
Armor bag.
Ah. Right. Bringing you lot to the entrance of this cavern that is oddly shaped places as if worked by civilized hands. Floor smooth. The walls not as rough as all natural stone would be. The interior pitch dark. Is there anything you gentlemen would like?
I look around with my elf eyes.
Okay. What are you looking for with your elf eyes?
I don't know. Signs of inhabitants.
Make a survival check for me.
8.
It looks uninhabited.
Well, I don't think they live here, but they may have passed through.
Cole, you with your higher survival check, you're pretty sure they went this way.
No, I'm fairly sure that they went this way. I'm trying to whisper, but it is very hard to have whisper and this accent at the same time.
Truly. First world problems.
Do you guys want to have a short rest before we head in?
I'd rather not get ambushed again.
Good
Just
idea.
a short rest to look around. Not going to sleep or anything.
Any time we spend looking around, it's time that they spend running away from us.
We must press the assault.
Okay.
Very well.
Okay.
All
So,
with it.
we're going to stop here for tonight. This is a good
Okay.
stopping point, because
That's
this place is fairly extensive. Lots of stuff. Good. So,
Okay.
anything you guys would like to let me know about today's session? Thoughts, ideas, feedback, the usual?
Yeah.
Nope.
Other
It would be really helpful if you could have them all nicely stand in a line in front of us and let us shoot at them willy-nilly.
Well, I can definitely see what I can do about that, although I won't make any promises.
It was very rude of them to shoot me with arrows. Please pass this on.
Well,
Yes.
let's just say... Actually, the only people they've spoken to are the two ones that couldn't actually speak Elvish,
Yeah, it's
so
pretty
never
great.
mind.
So, some form of written apology for having shot and stabbed our party members would be
I mean-
appreciated.
I've got such fun things. They even have an emblem and everything. It's a great emblem.
And they spend their time killing were-rats.
They spend their time killing all sorts of people. But in particular, some members of your group they will really dislike.
Is it me? Oh boy, I hope it's me.
No, it's probably me, because I'm a shapeshifter.
Or
But I'm a
me,
bug
I'm
and they
only
keep
half
killing
an
rats.
elf.
I'm also covered in fur.
So, anything else? More combat, less combat, more talky, less talky.
Good
I
balance.
think that was a fine.
God damn it.
What? It was a good
God
balance.
damn it. God damn it.
We taught, we investigated, we fought. We are almost like real adventurers.
Almost. Okay. So, the next week we'll pick up here. We'll probably have... what is it now? Today's the 31st, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll probably have this year one more on the 7th. 7th. Yeah, so we'll have 4 more sessions for the year.
So up till the
We'll stop for the December holidays.
The 28th will be the last one, yeah.
Yes, and we'll stop for the December holidays because everybody's got Christmassy related things and family and whatnot to attend to during that period of the year. And then we'll pick up in January again. First Wednesday of January.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Cool. So hopefully we can do the current arc by Wednesday.
Alright guys,
If not,
fucking bird
or
smells.
by... But if not, then we'll pick up next year from. But there's still 4 sessions left, so plenty.
Oh, well, on that, are you going to be joining me on Sunday? Because, I don't have anything special, so
I'll be
mine's
there.
always...
I'll be there for you Sundays.
I thought December. I don't know yet. I
that's
don't
fine.
know yet. I actually have no idea what my December is going to look like at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I was just like, if you won't be able to...
yes.
What was that? Sorry?
Provisionally, yes, but I don't want to promise.
Oh, no, yeah. I was asking if you weren't able to make it at all, like to extend to and Dylan that they can also join me on Monday if they want. Monday?
Yeah, sure.
Sunday.
Sunday.
But not at the
Oh.
moment because we have 4 people. I'm not that good enough as a DM to run for 6 people. So only
no
if
worries.
we have empty spaces. Definitely,
Just
Have
let me
an
know.
Well,
open
look,
invite.
if I'm not sure at the moment for myself. I've got potentially still first week of December, but probably only next year. I have a trip to the States that might be happening. So,
It's
but
fine.
other than that, it's family time and stuff. So if I can make the odd session, that'd be awesome. But yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's all good. Yeah, like I said, December period is normally fine. I normally stop anyway in that time of the year.
Yeah.
Because there's
No,
always stuff happening.
the thing is, up here it's like really different to South Africa. Up here, the school holidays are only like 2 weeks instead of 6. So the kids go to school until like just before Christmas. So
Yeah, most, I think, Europe has the long holiday in the summer.
Yeah.
June,
Yeah.
July, September.
yeah, it's
September?
disgustingly
August.
long.
That's
June to
disgusting.
August,
Yeah,
basically.
it's
basically
like, it starts in
It's like almost
July.
2
Yeah,
months.
it's like 6 weeks here.
Ugh.
yeah.
Ugh, I say.
It's disgusting. And
It really
almost
is.
everybody takes the time in August, and then there's absolutely nobody at the office, and it's bliss.
Okay. You guys should have said the music was off. I was literally like cycling the playlist constantly of like between city and tavern and ambient and everything. I was like, yay, I'm on top of it tonight.
It was on for the most part. It just kind of cut off a little bit, like halfway through the underground.
Weird.
Yeah.
I need to find more stuff for the
Now we're
playlist.
listening to oppressive gloom. The gloom, it's so oppressive.
So oppressive. Well, let me help you with that.
Oh,
Here you go,
God,
Hippo.
Please. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, it's so loud.
Oh my god, my mouse.
It's just like, okay, so we just had our rides, Pim.
That's what happened. That's the music that plays when Hans upcasts Vampiric Touch.
Pretty much.
So,
Does it include menacing pose?
of course. That's how he
Menace is
teleports.
Flexing.
Excellent.
That upcast Vampiric Touch was nasty.
Yeah, D20
Yeah.
man was pretty
Wow,
disgusting.
that hurt.
Ate
That
of
was
them.
pretty disgusting. Oh, disgusting. That poor guy. I didn't expect you guys to do that much damage in like a single hit.
If
He's
they
like
hadn't
Ruin Call.
run, I'd have started blasting out blindness deafnesses again. I'd like to see him run into a fucking wall.
Hmm.
And then touch them inappropriately again.
Only a little bit.
That's
I just used little. I just take little bits.
You should actually try and blind them first, Hippo.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think they have disadvantage, or you have advantage on attacks against blinded targets or something like
I
that.
believe so.
Something like that. Although, aren't they both concentration spells, though?
What, Vampiric Touch? Yeah.
And blindness? Or is that just like save and fail?
Yeah, that's just, yeah, that's not concentration.
There you go. That's the intro for you guys.
Oh, goddamn, I didn't even realise that goddamn, I could have just made the attack again. Well, if they hadn't run away.
Yeah, if he hadn't run away. Yeah, as long as the concentration's up.
That's pretty neat.
It's pretty
So if the concentration's
Yeah,
up, I don't have to roll again, or what?
No, you just make an attack as normal.
Oh, okay,
but you
so
can
it
make
doesn't
every round
cost me
without
another
casting
spell.
it.
Okay.
No, just one spell slot. I think it's up to a minute,
Yeah.
right? So it's 10
Fucking
rounds.
hell.
Yeah, it's different. In the previous edition, it was just a straight like. Touch.
Yeah, I thought the
cast.
combat would last longer. I had plans to like cast haste on Cole, blind one of them,
Yeah, these guys
gonna-
are
sippy straw some more.
very. These guys are very interested in self-preservation.
Yeah, I was
That's all
gonna
their
tell.
objective.
I was gonna suggest them when I was fighting to go out into the alleyway in time, so but it
Okay.
didn't work. Out of plan.
Interesting. I'm down. Oh, I'm down. Such a thing. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm keen to see what you guys do, because you still got a couple of things you can follow up on as well. Still got your spooky ghost
Oh, the arrows that pop out of me when I healed myself. I'll just put one in each of the skeleton's quivers.
Each skeleton
Wait.
has a fine elven arrow now.
Waste not, want not.
Exactly.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I like how Cole's just walking around on the ceiling like a fucking spider pig. Not a care in the world.
I like how now Hans apparently eats dwarf. I don't know where that came from.
Apparently. Yeah, that's a thing, I guess.
I like
How do you guys like
Nox-
Cure?
Kerr's my main man. I'm gonna hook him up with some paprika.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
What's that, Nox?
I like how Nox gets his ass kicked on the first round of every combat.
Poor Nox.
This is my time to shine!
Now that you mention it.
Nox is like still in the mindset of playing that bear barbarian that has like all of the damage reduction out the ass.
No, he's not.
I can fucking take it.
I walked into a building and tried to hide, and I got shanked in the back.
By some sneaky elves.
I think the only logical thing... Combats, roll initiative. Nox falls to the floor, curls up in the fetal position.
Nox just
So
needs a ring
far,
of
man.
invisibility. That's what Nox needs. Just be like cruising along, invisible all the time.
Oh yeah, I've got that fucking staff thing. I forgot about that.
That's mostly because that's mostly why I've been running combats that aren't horribly. Like,
I don't
OP
suppose you
or
can copy
anything.
and paste the text for that, because I'm going to ask you and I forgot about it.
Oh god. Hold on. Let me go fucking find it because I do a lot of my prepping on my lunch hour at work. So I normally mail myself my fucking session notes and I have to go find it through my goddamn mails again in a second. Grrr. Grrr. You don't understand, bruh.
Bruh.
Brr. Here we go, DMG. And let me try and page that it's on. Oh, dude.
Oh, if it's in the thing, then I can just search for it.
Hold on, I'll find it for you in a moment. Yeah, I think this is the right area I'm at now. Shooting stars, turning, ram, water walking, x-rays. Okay. Okay. I think I found it for you. Copy paste. That's basically the gist of it. Otherwise, it's a regular ass quarterstaff.
Okie dokie. Needs attunement, yeah?
Yes. Also, when you guys level, so probably at the end of the current arc, you guys we'll probably be switching to something else because our Beyond subscription is ending on the 11th of coming for D&D Beyond. So then we'll switch to using a Google spreadsheet for the sheets, but it pre-calculates almost all the stuff, so we can just fill in our stats and things. So nothing too crazy.
Sweet.
And that's gonna be that really as far as that's concerned. There you go, Ripper.
Yay.
What if he stores spells in the staff, but then gives it to like Letty or something?
You'd have to attune to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You'd have to attune to it, but once attuned to it, you could use the spell and the staff. But you wouldn't be able to. After you've expended whatever charges in the staff, you'd have to refill it with something else. But yes, you could theoretically do that. You could store like a vampiric touch or invisibility, whatever it is that you want to put in the stick.
All the good stuff.
Yeah, you can do that kind of stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, you know.
Would it be safe to assume that Nox would appreciate some healing of some kind?
Maybe if you guys take a short rest, you can
Yeah.
expend hit dice to regain health,
They didn't want
or
to
you
take a
guys could
short
use
rest.
spells to regain health, or if you have potions, you can use potions to regain health. Lots of options. So I understand that you guys were going to hold off on the resting for now and push in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
need to write something on the table before I forget about it the next week.
Yeah, Nox was in favor of the rest, but everyone else was like, nah, so he went with the flow.
So you're basically a Genji main. I need a healing!
I need healing.
Just make a note here. Hippo, have you saved the table? You do
Not
not
yet.
yet.
I was just
Okay,
writing
cool. Just making
mage
some notes
armor
behind the
on
screen.
my stuff.
Hmm?
Since it lasts 8 hours. How
Mhm.
long have how long's it been since I cast it?
Generally speaking, I'll tell you guys if you need to worry about that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool.
You haven't spent a full day in the underground yet. Okay. That was interesting. That was kind of like Rocket Tag, because it was like really short. That was like 2 rounds of combat.
Yeah.
Well, not even 2 rounds, like a round and a half of combat. You guys
Yeah, they
nearly
bounced.
wrecked 2 of them with those hits. I'm gonna have to be even sneakier.
No, just wait until Nox runs into a room again.
Yeah, just fucking
pretty
shit
much.
there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you put your guy, you're like, I'm just gonna go through this one. I was like, oh shit. I'm just like, god damn it. It's like I wasn't
was
doing it on
trying-
purpose. I was just like, well,
Yeah.
no idea.
I was trying to play with defensive, like I can get into cover, and then get shanked in the back. I was like,
Yeah, that guy was just sitting in there with his stealth roll of 23. He was like, yeah, I'm just in here. Because I was
Yep,
comparing your
passive
passive
perception.
perceptions during combat against them, and they were just like, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I rolled really well in the stealth rolls for those guys. They were like, yes, I'm a ninja.
We are tricksy hobbitses.
Yeah, man. Elf skirmishers ain't nothing to fuck with. They got all
Apparently
sorts of
not.
crazy shit. Yeah, it's interesting. They have
Just
like
ask Nox.
roguish abilities with their disengage bonus action and stuff. It's pretty interesting.
yeah, just
Pretty cool.
more than half my health in one turn.
The
One
rogues,
attack.
man. They only get like 1 attack, but if they land, it really fucking hurts.
Yeah.
They can make it to pain. On the other hand, they don't have much in the way of HP, so when fucking Bugbear Boy dove through the window and shanked one of them for like 30 goddamn health, they were like, well, peace out.
Oh yeah, Letty, did you take your extra attack by the way when that happened?
Yes, but he missed.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
did. That's missed.
Yeah. They're dodgy boys. Dodgy boys. Okay, well, I'm going to go find some drink because my throat is killing me again.